Welcome back to Two First Play.
Going to see the Cryptarch, and then we talk to that person.
So, second Cryptarch, the other Cryptarch.
Gimme. We got Rustburner and Mitternacht. Cool.
Mitternacht.
Mitternacht.
Wait, do you have rare boots yet?
What?
Do you have rare boots yet? No. And those aren't taken king. No, they're usable. They're not taken king.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure, because, like, this one.
Both taken king.
Yep. Taken king, great.
Just so it's clear, taken king means they have the little symbol on the corner of them. They also do that for year 1 and year 2 weapons.
Auto rifle, I hate. I'm actually just going to be disassembling all my auto rifles.
Do this later.
Yep, I'll do that in between.
I just wanted to see if those boots were usable or not.
Yep. Alright, speak to Varix the Cryptarch and the Eye of Osiris at the Vestigian Outpost.
This is House of Wolves stuff.
Decline quest.
Get the fuck out. Don't ever come back to the reef.
Leaving! Did I leave the wrong way? I fell through that engine.
I'm actually going to cut this to you being in orbit now. Just leave and go to orbit, and I'm going to sync it back up. That's like hilarious. It's like, dude, leaving! No, don't. Alright, so, next mission?
I'm not sure what my next mission is. Oh, Mars, duh. Oh, actually, everything is unlocked here, too.
Oh, really?
That must just have been the Taken King DLC. It must have just been chance that I completed a mission just before everything unlocked.
Was it at 4 a.m.?
It was at pretty close. Somewhere in there, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty likely that it was 4 a.m. then.
That's a ridiculous coincidence.
Nah, you just broke it.
You know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll accept that.
I don't have any Grimir cards ready. Quick, entertaining.
Can I make jet noises?
Sure.
How do I make jet noises?
You are terrible.
Oh look, Mars.
Okay, well then. I found something for later.
Yay!
These
The
coordinates put the
barracks.
gate to the Black Garden near the lost city of Freehold.
Near the lost city of Freehold. These cities actually have a name.
Cabal occupy the area, and most of Mars. No one gets through their exclusion zone.
Mars is very much a desert planet. That honestly doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were expecting anything else.
Well, I mean, Venus was a jungle planet.
I didn't think Venus even had land.
Venus?
Isn't Venus a gas giant?
Dude, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune.
No, I seriously thought Saturn was a gas giant.
Saturn is. Venus isn't.
Oh yeah, Venus. Fuck. Whatever. Look, this is not something I've ever actually looked into at all. Can't tell me you don't have the ability
800
yet.
pounds and highly militarized. They blow up planets and moons just for getting in their way. Just so you know what we're dealing with. Great!
Yeah, you haven't seen anything, any text or lore on the Cabal, have you?
No.
Other than the bits I've told you.
Yeah. Ooh, cave.
Okay.
My interest is peaked. My interest is no longer peaked. Also, instantly into a limited respawn zone. Hot damn.
They don't want other players with their sparrows showing you up, you know?
Well, I just fell off that cliff. Alright, I'm slowly getting used to the double jump.
They're inside.
But slowly but surely.
They're inside. My advice, we avoid engagement until we understand them better. Aim for the head. I understand them perfectly.
So, what do you know of the Cabal?
Aim for the head.
Okay, well then.
Easier than I thought.
Easier than I thought. Doors open.
Yep. I'm just switching to a more comfortable gun.
Scanning
Relax, relax.
To their orbital grids.
Scanning for something linked to their orbital grids.
Cabal are messed up.
Are they?
They're like gorillas or something.
Are they?
I just always liken them to. I mean, they're 800 pounds of like pure want to kill you.
Well, but I mean, the 800 pounds could very easily be because they're from a higher gravity planet. Their bones would have to be much denser to avoid being crushed.
What's interesting is that higher gravity planets actually would have a higher amount of things that fly. Air would be denser.
That's true.
Well, actually, they'd most likely be gliders rather than flyers.
True flyers,
but
yeah.
it would still have like a huge amount of them.
I guess that was their failsafe.
Yeah, I remember there's a whole series where it was on TV such a long time ago, but they would like simulate planets basically, and like have these.
I want to find that.
They had these fictional planets of how things would work, and the first one they tried was like a much smaller planet, but it was very, very dense, and like what the creatures there would look like, and comparing them to creatures that we've seen now and in the past history of Earth, and just be like, here's the logic behind why they'd look like this. So like almost all the land creatures would be like really short and have super huge legs, so to handle them the extra gravity. The gravity is like twice as strong. There's a lot higher amounts of gliders and flyers because the actual air was much denser for the majority of the planet, but they were almost all reptilian. They also just made the planet a desert planet.
For the hell of it.
Yeah, something like that. Again, like you can make the entire planet. You can kind of just say for the hell of it for everything. But the one that I remember very vividly as being super fascinating, it was a planet that was the rotation of it was locked with the sun, much like the moon is locked with Earth.
Yeah.
So we only see one face of it. So one side of this planet is always in daylight, and the other side of the planet is always at night.
Oh, interesting.
And the planet was primarily like uninhabitable on these two sides. One is completely overheated, and the other side is completely frozen. While there is life there, much like there is life in the extremes on Earth, they're super hyper specialized and cannot go to the other side. But they also are almost no carnivores in those sides, because their basic idea is that they need to stay alive in the area they're given, and they can't. Yeah. Like it's much more difficult to have.
Yeah, they can't leave, so they have to find plants to eat.
Basically, I don't remember the specifics. This was so long ago, but there was that band around the entire middle of it, of where it was like very normal, and it's called the Twilight Band that they had called it, and the species there was where you'd have a super high density of carnivores. Just because
they're not gorillas.
They're like fishmen.
Yeah.
Well then. Anyways, about this Twilight Band. And they actually had figured that the animals here would have two sets of eyes. One set of eyes that are very sensitive to light, and one set of eyes that's not. That way they can actually go to either side of the band comfortably.
Oh, that's very neat. I'll have to look up this series at some point.
Yeah, and watch as I'm totally wrong is what the series was, and it wasn't this at all. I'm just misremembering it.
By the way, tag this episode as Twilight.
Why?
Twilight and Band. Just see what happens.
Can I tell you on Tumblr you tag something NSFW and suddenly get someone who's like has a weed blog following you?
Yeah, so on Tumblr, I posted a picture I drew of a beak, just literally a beak, and I tagged it as NSFW just to see what would happen, and somebody, well, it's basically just as they said, somebody who ran a weed-based blog started following me.
Are they still?
Yes, they haven't stopped.
They came for the beak, stayed for the art. What do you think? What were they thinking when they initially followed you?
I don't know.
Like,
I think they were probably high.
Like
they were probably high.
But like, they're obviously seeing stuff from you in their feed.
That's true.
So they're like, do they just go with it, or do they still think that you're just like subtly a super huge dope head? It's like, dude, this guy is so fucking high.
This guy's so high he thinks a beak is NSFW.
Holy crap! I want to know what he's getting.
I'll have what he's having.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. I really like the Cabal when you get headshots, because then their head explodes out of their neck.
Next time on Two First Play.